Google is hosting its annual AI Developer Conference, kicking off today with a keynote address at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can bet your bottom dollar AI will be in focus since the release of the company's Gemini model. You can catch it live on Google's website or its YouTube channel, but we've got the inside scoop straight out of the heart of Silicon Valley. Joining us live from Google I/O outside the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California, is our tech reporter, our DH, Dan Howley. Dan, what's the mood? What's the vibe on the ground there?
Yeah, there was just a string quartet it's 8:30 in the morning here. So it's energetic, I would say. There's tons of people running around, obviously getting in here, a massive line, huge number of people. I think anybody that you talk to is thinking about AI and how Google is going to respond to OpenAI and Microsoft and their advances over the last year. And, obviously yesterday we had OpenAI announce their GPT-4o. And so that is basically a new type of model that can do audio, visual, and text search. So it'll be interesting to see how Google kind of steps up here and how they respond overall.
Okay, all right. We're going to be watching closely and seeing how investors are also tracking some of the investments that Google has made or Alphabet has made into its own generative AI. I mean, Dan, just while we have you, what's the likelihood that we could see this show up in products or services that Google offers this year?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is their huge event, right? I mean, they have an event here and there where they introduce, a new line of smartphones. That's all great and grand. They're Pixel line. They're great phones, don't get me wrong, but they're not volume sellers like the iPhone. This is the event where you find out what Google is doing for the entire year. They have their cloud event, Google Next. Again, a great event, but here is where kind of the rubber hits the road. This is where you'll hear them talk about what they're doing with search in terms of generative AI, something that they've been experimenting with in their labs offering. They'll talk more about likely their Gemini model that they have that works with workspaces. That's the work productivity suite, as well as whether or not it works with Gmail for regular people. Right now, there's a version of their Gemini model that runs with Google's AI Premium offering, which is $20 a month. And a lot of people probably don't want to spend that. So we'll see if they're going to bring those more advanced models to the regular folks as well. But this is really the event to watch if you want to know what's going on with AI and Google this year.
All right, Dan, you're leaving a lot of people wondering what that string quartet was playing, but we'll save that for another conversation.